The holographic display flickered in the observation deck of the Defiant Hope, casting blue light across Commander Fiza Malik's sharp features. She stood with her arms crossed, watching the Galactic Council's broadcast with the kind of cold fury that made junior officers step back. Effective immediately, the Archon's translated voice droned. Species designation human is hereby expelled from Galactic Council protection. All trade agreements are nullified. All diplomatic channels are severed. The Sol system is to be quarantined indefinitely. Beside her, Lieutenant Bassett Khan let out a low whistle. Well, that's gratitude for you. Fiza didn't respond. 3 years. That's how long humanity had been part of the Galactic Council. 3 years of playing by their rules, of suppressing human ambition to fit into their carefully ordered society. 3 years of being told they were too aggressive, too unpredictable, too dangerous. And now this. Captain wants you on the bridge, Bassett said quietly. Emergency session in 10 minutes. The bridge was chaos when they arrived. Every screen displayed a different system. News feeds showing riots on Earth, military channels scrambling defensive positions, civilian channels erupting with panic. Captain Rodriguez stood at the center, an island of calm in the storm. Options, she said without preamble. Limited, replied the tactical officer. The Council's locked down the jump gates. We're cut off from 70% of explored space. Trade routes? Rodriguez asked. Gone. The Xanthari have already seized our merchant fleet in the Outer Rim. Fiza stepped forward. Captain, permission to speak freely, Rodriguez nodded. They think they've caged us, Fiza said. They've just opened the door. The captain's eyes narrowed. Explain. For 3 years we've followed their laws, used their approved technology, stayed within their designated territories. Why? Fiza gestured to the star map dominating the main screen. Because we thought we needed them. But look at what we've accomplished in that time. Bassett caught on immediately. The Alcubierre modifications. Exactly, Fiza said, her voice gaining strength. We don't need their jump gates. We never did. We just agreed not to use faster-than-light drives that might destabilize local spacetime. Their words, not ours. There are regulations, the tactical officer began. Regulations that no longer apply to us, Fiza interrupted. They've banished us from their club. Fine, we'll build our own. Rodriguez was quiet for a long moment. Then she smiled. A predatory expression that would have made the Archon reconsider his vote. Commander Malik, you have the Khan. Lieutenant Khan, get me Admiral Hassan on priority channel, and someone get me the specs for every experimental drive system we've been sitting on for the last 3 years. The next 72 hours would become legend. While the Galactic Council congratulated itself on containing the human threat, Fiza coordinated the largest engineering project in human history. Every shipyard from Earth to Titan retooled. Every experimental lab from Luna to Enceladus went into overdrive. The technology they'd suppressed to appease the Council came roaring to life. Bassett worked the communication networks, his fingers flying across holographic displays. The colonies are all in, he reported. Mars is already deploying the first wave of scouts. The asteroid miners are volunteering their ships for conversion. What about resistance? Fiza asked. Some. Earth's government wants to try negotiation first. He paused. The Council isn't taking their calls. Of course not. Fiza pulled up the strategic map she'd been developing. They think they've won. They think humanity will crumble without their protection, come crawling back, accept whatever terms they dictate. Will we? Bassett asked quietly. Fiza looked at him, then at the view screen showing Earth in all its blue-green glory. Do we look like the kind of species that crawls? 6 months later, the Galactic Council received their answer. The first human vessels appeared simultaneously in 37 systems the Council had designated as too dangerous for exploration. Systems with gravitational anomalies, systems with exotic matter, systems that, according to conventional galactic wisdom, were impossible to navigate. Humanity navigated them just fine. Within a year, human colonies had been established on worlds the Council had deemed uninhabitable. Humans terraformed toxic atmospheres, built cities in crushing gravity, thrived in radiation that would kill most Council species. And they kept expanding. Fiza stood once again in the observation deck of the Defiant Hope, now flagship of the 5th Exploration Fleet. Bassett joined her, carrying 2 bulbs of coffee, a human drink that had become legendary among the few alien species willing to trade with them. The Zenthari are requesting a meeting, he said. Off the record. They want to discuss trade agreements that don't involve the Council. How many does that make? 17 species. More reaching out every week. Bassett grinned. Turns out a lot of species don't like the Council's monopoly on commerce. They just needed someone to break the ice. We didn't break the ice, Visa said, accepting the coffee. We shattered it. On the view screen, a new world turned slowly. A planet humanity had designated New Karachi, fourth colony in the Perseus Arm. Beyond it, the stars beckoned, infinite and full of possibility. The Galactic Council had voted to banish Earth, thinking they were passing judgment. They'd given humanity the galaxy instead. Visa raised her coffee in a silent toast to the void. Somewhere behind her, she could feel Bassett doing the same. Humanity hadn't waited to be asked twice. They'd already left the Council far behind.